Hey everyone, and welcome to my first this kind of video on my channel, where I'm gonna be talking about the new agent that is coming out to Valorant. I got the chance to actually playtest it, so I'm gonna be going through a few quick points. So I think what this agent could possibly do and what she could be good at, if she's gonna fit into this pro meta of this day and age, early Valorant, so to say, and how she kind of feels to be playing. Not really gonna go into too much detail or anything, since, well, this is basically my first time doing a video like this, so I have a lot of stuff to learn. So I very much would like your guys' input so that I can make these videos better for future. Because this is something I've always kind of wanted to do. I just never gotten the chance to, or like rather I have gotten the chance to plenty times. I'm just lazy, so I just never got around to it, never did it. Pure laziness. That's it. Yep, that's pretty much it. So who and what is Astra? Well, she's a new controller coming to the game, and she does have smokes. She doesn't have any flashes though, so we'll see if she can really truly change the meta from Omen basically. But she does have 5 potential smokes. She potentially have 5 smokes, which she can be using throughout the whole game basically, and she can essentially just decide whether she wants to be using each star for either simply just 5 smokes, or if she want to be mixing them up here and there. You can always recall the stars if they are in a bad position for whatever ability that you want to use, so that's pretty neat. But basically what she is that she is a ridiculously strong all map, all presence character, where she is simply able to be anywhere on the map and help anybody at any point in the game, which I think is ridiculously, in theory, broken. But in actual gameplay, obviously they might be very different. We'll always have to wait and see how she can be played in real actual gameplay, rather than just being speculation and saying, wow, don't release this character, she's too fucking broken. That just don't work. Nah, don't do that. Now, what is she good at? She is good at supporting and enabling plays, while also, not at the same time potentially, but rather, she is also really good at controlling a area. She can basically keep a spot on the map smoked for a majority, like a very big majority. It's basically 20 seconds where a place is not smoked. If she were to use all her 5 smokes for that specifically, but if she uses a smoke, that time drastically goes down 15 seconds off the clock. But that is still a big chunk of a round that she can basically keep a area smoked, which I think is really strong. I don't think it's utterly broken or anything. I think it's really strong. I think that's one of her stronger points that she potentially has, specifically for defensive side. Now, but I really think what she will truly shine in is really supporting and enabling plays that can happen anywhere on the map, and she doesn't even need to be close. She doesn't even need to be anywhere near. She simply need to be aware of what is happening on the map. So with that, I think that she has an extremely strong kit when it comes to enabling and just enabling another player and supporting that player, regardless of what is needed to be supporting the player. So that is. Now, what are some of these plays that she can potentially enable? Well, anywhere on the map, literally anywhere on the map, she can be putting down a star, and on top of that star she can either put what I call a black hole. She has a different name for it. I'm not very good at this. I don't have it in front of me, so I don't see them. Or she can be stunning an area. So what she could potentially do is that she can cut off an area so that the enemies doesn't really escape. They look behind them and they see, oh, that's a stun, I don't want to go there. And in comes a nade at the same time. In comes a shock dart, the double shock dart combo. In comes whatever offensive ability that they have, or ultimates for that matter. And she can basically be either stopping their escape route, potentially. Maybe they just say, oh, well, I know something is coming at me, I'm just gonna run through that, But maybe instead of using that stun ability, she just simply uses the black hole. And in that, I mean, you can't really escape it unless you're like Jet and Race. At least from what I have tested so far, I find it very difficult to escape it. So no matter what you do, you're gonna take a big chunk of damage, specifically if you do a nade combo. Or for just like simply holding a person in place for a good 3 seconds. So that the Race that is coming flying in, the double satchel comes flying in, can simply just ult the middle of it, and well, simply there you go, there you have your kill, easy peasy. And there's not really much more to it. You simply need to figure out where people are, and the Race simply need to be making sure that the Astra is ready, and there you go, there you have your double bombo combo. Happy feet. So the next question that I would say is on my mind about this new agent: can she fit in today's pro meta? I don't know. Because from what I've seen, at least from the majority of teams, so I think is that they are playing a very reactive type of team compositions. While Astra, I don't think that she's necessarily that reactive. It still requires a lot of setup. It still requires a lot of communication. Now, of course, that doesn't necessarily mean that she can't be a reactive type of agent. You know, it feels a little bit clunky to be putting down the stars in like very fast fashion and very fast mid fight. I'm gonna be talking a little bit more about that later. But the way that I see it, she still requires a little bit too much strategizing for me to personally think that this is a reactive type of agent. Where, you know, if we compare to Omen, which so I believe might be her counterpart, maybe not. You could potentially play both at the same time, but you're gonna be losing out to something else. Is that worth it? Is that not worth it? I can't really say with the small amount of play testing that I've done, and that I haven't really gotten to play against other like pro players. I haven't gotten to play with my team, so that we can have like a proper discussion about it. Why we think this could be ridiculously strong, or you know, whatever. What I can say so far is that she is a controller, and Omen is also another controller. He has a flash, but Astra has two different other abilities, which I think could rival the flash in many scenarios and many different situations. But in the end, I still believe that she is not that as reactive as Omen can simply be, where you throw stuff and you're done. You throw stuff, you're done, and you start basically fragging out. You start shooting. You start the fighting. But with Astra, I don't really see her like ever. You don't really get the feeling that she's done. I want to put up some more stars. I want to be able to help a little bit more. If only I had put up another star here and there. If only that guy had communicated that there's another guy pushing him or this place at the same time as I had this star ready that I can use smoke for myself and take a wider peek so that I could help him earlier, or like whatever. I think it's gonna be a really long while before somebody truly figures that out, where she just gonna be able to be fit in the pro meta. Well, who knows? Maybe somebody just picks it up day one and say, well, this is my champ, I'm really good at this, so let's build a team comp around me. Always a possibility, you never know. But let's go back to talk a little bit about the clunkiness, as I mentioned earlier, where you are at any point in the game you are able to press X, and that basically you're always able to press your ultimate. There's a different and separate thing for actually using your ultimate, which is not what it's also a little bit clunky, but that's just might just be the early playtesting. I don't know. You have to wait and see until the agent is actually out, so that you can make a proper comment on that later on. But as it is right now on the early playtesting, is that it feels a little bit clunky going out and in of the Astral presence realm. I'm just gonna call it the Astral Realm, where you are basically up with really high up in the sky. You usually start up really high up in the sky, and you are able to press or place your stars anywhere on the map, and it just it feels clunky. It doesn't feel too natural, I want to say. I would like to see an option where, similar to Omen, where you are able to toggle them, but that might be a little bit too OP. That might be too good of a quality of life change. I don't know if that is something I actually want to see in the game yet. I definitely want to see some Astra gameplay in ranked specifically before I would say that this is a good thing that I want to get into the game already. That I want a quality of life to get added into the kit. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not really sure about this, but her kit feels definitely a little bit clunky. But the clunky part is just going in and out of the Astral Realm, where you basically place the stars. When you want to do it fast, it feels really clunky. It feels weird, but that's also a part of the, like I was talking about. You need to be prepared. You need to be doing this beforehand. You can't just do it in fast fashion. I'm not sure if this is intended. I'm pretty sure this is the way it's intended, at least to start with. But in order to make her see gameplay, or like make her see actual gameplay in pro games, that might just have to be changed, because it's just too clunky. It's just not natural enough to simply just be way in the back, not being able to refrag your teammates, not being able to help them in a gunfight, whatever. Like you simply cannot use your kit unless you have already prepared for it. But then again, like that can be baited, that can be situational. But now if you are, if you have the other presence, or the other click, or the mode that Omen has, then I think she would be really, really stupidly good. But again, like I said, that might just be too good of a change, at least to start off with. But this is a potential change that I think could be really good added to her kit.